ASK HIM. It's Ariel Elise, and oh my goodness. Oh, child. I'm going through changes is a serious, serious topic and confession for me and for my life. And I'm sure it resonates with you if you clicked on this video. Change is so ghetto, it's messy, it's uncomfortable, and sometimes you don't even recognize yourself. But I think that's the point of it. For a long time, I've lived in people pleasing mode, survival mode. I've learned how to suppress myself to keep the peace in a lot of places. And God has really just brought me to a place where I can no longer tolerate not being my full self or being around people that are okay with me not being my full self. Right? This is the ugly part of unlearning, where you have to give yourself grace, but at the same time, you have to push yourself, where you're literally actively unlearning survival tactics that have kept you safe for so long. But you're sitting and actually learning how to sit in your body, like totally in your body, and be who God has called you to be in all aspects and in all shapes. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Nobody talks about how uncomfortable this is. So, in actuality, I'm unlearning all the stuff that was not me, and I'm learning through God's eyes who I actually am and who I was in the first place. My prayer for years was, Lord, show me through your eyes. And that's exactly what He's been doing. The journey is different for everybody. So I'm not saying your journey is going to be exactly like this. But for me, I've had to sit with a lot of things that I've tolerated because I didn't know any better. But now that I've been sitting with God, understanding His standards for my life, understanding where He needs me to be positioned for the times that we're moving into, is very important to break off from the things that allow me to live under my call. That in between space can be extremely disorienting because you don't have or are not attracted to what used to give you life, or what used to be able to feed you. You don't necessarily have the new appetite yet either. So this process in actuality is sitting with yourself so that God can detoxify you from all the things that you've allowed for so long and give you an actual new appetite, so that when He does put you in new rooms, you're eating what you're supposed to be eating. You're communing and you're talking to the people that you're supposed to be talking to, that are on the level that God needs you to be at. One of the hardest things about this season for me personally was losing relationships. Granted, I became a terrible friend. Not gonna lie, it was a lot of cutoffs I did that felt like I can't even hang with you because it's collateral. Like I had to cut this person off, but because you still talk to them, I can't talk to you. And it really did have to be like that for me. I definitely could have handled it better, but I had to have grace with myself because I didn't even have language for the change that I was being brought into. But I knew something had to shift. After those physical and practical cutoffs happen, all you're left with is you and God. And He is the only one that can really tell you what's going on, why it's happening, and who you are, and be a reminder of who you are in those moments where it's extremely lonely. I used to think boundaries were so super selfish and like just real harsh and real crazy. But now I'm really realizing that they're necessary if you want to have strong relationships and build strong foundations with people that you want to keep in your life. And it's also necessary for the people that you're keeping around to hear you as you're going through this transition, not just assume what you're saying based off of an assumption they've made off of ignorance. Because the truth is, none of us really know what's going on. We do have the option on whether we're going to be submitted to God or not. And submitting to God puts you on the road of process, truly. So in the middle of all of this, I feel like I'm meeting myself for the first time, like the real me. And let me tell you, it is both scary and very exciting. The season has definitely shown me that I'm not becoming someone new. I'm just being introduced to who God made all along. And it's beautiful. But please, 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 please give yourself grace. I cannot stress that enough. Grace in this season, or if you're in a season like this, does not mean put off what the Lord is telling you to do, but it means some days you need to treat yourself like a child that's learning to walk. You may not get it the first time. You may trip, you may slip, you may fall, but that doesn't determine the fact that you're going to be walking soon. Change is definitely uncomfortable, but God has created us, and I will say this in every video I make. God has created us to consistently evolve. He never changes, so that's why we can rely on Him. but he created us to consistently evolve. So if you're not in some stage of evolution in multiple places of your life, something is going on and you need to look at it. So let's keep moving forward together and let's keep God at the center of all of it. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear if you want an extended version of this, if you want me to get more personal. Let's talk about it. And don't forget, at the end of this video, it's going to be questions. Like always, do not just screenshot it, write it down in an actual journal. And when you go to spend time with God, take these questions with you, answer them honestly, and answer them in your own time, and allow God to talk. Don't just leave after you write your answers, but allow yourself to sit, quiet yourself, and listen to what it is that he's saying about you and the new thing that's new to us, but old to him, the new thing that he's doing in you and he's trying to produce in you so that you're ready for the next level. Whatever that next level may be, trust that it's taken care of and trust that God would not steer you to a place that he's not already in or has gone before you in. I'm praying for you. I love you. I'm proud of you for keeping your commitment, not to me, but to God. And let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We got this. It might look a little wonky right now. It might look a little ghetto and crazy, but that's okay. It's not going to stay this way. And we know that. We know that for a fact. I'm going to also add some scriptures in just so as you're doing these things, as you have hard moments, as doubts come up, because they will, it's just old thoughts trying to see if they can stick to anything anymore. Cover yourself with the word. Cover yourself with the word of God. Make sure that you can memorize these scriptures and know these things so that you can back the thoughts that are coming up in this season, because it's going to try everything. I had a mentor tell me one time, and it was so, so good. When things are dying, that's when they're the loudest. So be encouraged. You're changing and you're changing for the better. And it won't always be this way. You will be able to stand in the confidence that God is backing you on every side, that you have all of heaven backing you because you chose to commit to God and you chose to commit to your own growth. Again, I'm Arielle Elise, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.